Hi, I'm Teagans, Parkland TV and film sports commentator for the Parkland football games. This year is the inaugural 12-team college football playoff. Fans are thrilled about this new 12-team playoff bracket. It's giving us unusual matchups and introducing new teams to the playoffs. A lot of people were getting sick of Georgia and Alabama being crowned NCAA champs every year. While Georgia is still in the playoffs, the tide has rolled out and is nowhere to be seen. Let's just say Nick Saban was very unhappy with the playoff committee. The first round playoff games are on December 20th and the 21st. So let's do some speculating and provide predictions for the first round. On Friday, December 20th at 8 p.m., the first matchup to commence all of the fun is number 10 Indiana versus number 7 Notre Dame Fighting Irish. What other way to start the 12-team playoff than an in-state battle? The Hoosiers are 11-1 with their only loss being an embarrassing beating from the number 8 Ohio State Buckeyes, 38-15. The Hoosiers have not been challenged this year and they have a low strength of schedule. Notre Dame also hasn't been challenged significantly this year and lost to Northern Illinois in week 2 of the college football season. They did unfortunately beat the best team in college football, the Army Black Knights. The Irish have a young head coach, Marcus Freeman, who just signed a 4-year, $9 million per year extension. With all that being said, I think the Irish will get the win, but in a very close game. The first matchup on Saturday's slate of games will be number 11 SMU Mustangs coming in Happy Valley to face the number 6 Penn State Nittany Lions. This game kicks off at 12 p.m. It will be thrilling to see a playoff game in the notorious loud and rowdy Beaver Stadium. The Nittany Lions and their head coach, James Franklin, have a reputation for not being able to win the big and important games. However, I was really impressed with Penn State's performance against number 1 Oregon in the Big Ten Championship. Even though they lost, they looked like a very strong football team. SMU will not make it easy on PSU. In the ACC Championship, they were down 24-7 at the halftime against Clemson, but came back in a losing effort 34-31. I believe this Penn State team will be too strong for the Mustangs, and they will get the W. Special shout out to Parkland alumnus Nick Dawkins, who is Penn State's starting center and received the All-State Werfel Trophy, college football's premier award for community service. Congrats, Nick! At 4 p.m. on Saturday, the number 12 Clemson Tigers will travel to Austin to face the number 5 Texas Longhorns. Texas is 11-2, with both of their losses being to number 2 Georgia Bulldogs. Most recently, in the SEC Championship, they lost to Georgia 22-19. Georgia also humiliated Clemson 34-3 in Week 1. Clemson's 2 other losses were to slightly weaker teams, South Carolina and Louisville. Clemson has been on a downhill slope ever since Trevor Lawrence left for the NFL, and right now, I don't see that changing. I believe it will be horns up for the Longhorns after they get this win. To finish off the first round and the Saturday triple-header, the number 9 Tennessee Volunteers are going to the Shoe to play number 8 Ohio State Buckeyes. Kickoff is at 8 p.m. On paper, this is the closest matchup, and fans have been looking forward to a Big Ten SEC playoff game. Ohio State was on a roll until they lost the game last week to Michigan 13-10. Their only other loss was earlier in the season to number 1 Oregon, 32-31. The Buckeyes' losses were both in hard-fought, close battles. Similar to Texas and Clemson, Tennessee lost to Georgia, but they also fell to unranked Arkansas 19-14. Their biggest win was defeating Alabama. I think that the Volunteers could be affected by the cold weather, as the forecast in Columbus, Ohio for Saturday says a high of 30 and a low of 18. I predict Ohio State to beat Tennessee a little more dominantly than expected. Well, that wraps up my analysis and my predictions. I'm Teagans, and to honor the best college football team not being in the playoffs, go Army, beat Navy.